the more and more I look at this crop, I'm not very intrigued by any of the names. Like even Sam Bennett, like I think there's a chance, and hopefully they're smarter than this, that the Leafs just throw way too much money at Sam Bennett and expect this guy to be the Sam Bennett of the Florida Panthers in Toronto. It just doesn't work that way. We've seen so many different examples of that. I don't expect anything different from Sam Bennett if he were to sign with the Maple Leafs.
Yeah, you wonder about that, right? Like he's a max 50-point man in the regular season. Like he is not a 100-point superstar. But what he does do is kind of deliver in the clutch times when that's what is exactly that's the problem that's plagued the Toronto Maple Leafs for so long. I mean, you can go to Four Nations face-off, you can go to his playoff production. Like what's he probably played about 100 games? I think he's got 70 points or something in the playoffs career-wise. I mean, that's pretty good numbers for playoff hockey, and he just continually produces, and doesn't have to be the number one guy when he comes here. Which has plagued people coming here and being like, all right, you are the one that's taking us to the promised land. But it just depends on a dollar figure, right? $10 million. I could easily see that, coming all of a sudden he's like a 45-point guy and everyone's looking at this $10 million guy and it's tougher to produce in Toronto. It's an interesting thing to say, but he is the guy that stands out as what would help this team possibly get over the hump as a player like him, no doubt.
Someone's going to blow their load. I just hope it's not the Toronto Maple Leafs, and maybe he goes back to Florida. If I'm Sam Bennett, seriously, I think about the repercussions of not returning to Florida. Can I be the same player? Can I have the same success? Do I have the same insulation? There's got to be so many different questions. And ultimately, the two names that keep coming to my mind for some reason, Bobby Holik when he signed with the New York Rangers and David Clarkson when he signed with the Toronto Maple Leafs. I would just be very, very careful how I tread here, Rosie. I really would.
Clarky. Yeah, it would, man. It's just such an anomaly. Like people are looking at Zach Hyman right now and like, what was his production when he was here? He was kind of, not 100% healthy and demanded $5 million or whatever. Everyone's like, you're crazy to do that. So they don't. And now looking back at his production when he leaves the market, he just pops off. And of course he's with a great team playing with some great players, but it's so standard bringing guys into Toronto. They don't really perform. Guys leave Toronto and they do perform. And that to me brings up, the fact of after the season when Marchand and Tkachuk and Paul Maurice are all talking about, what it's like to be in this pressure cooker market, kind of annoyed me that all the media members laughed and said, oh, they're trolling him. That's a classic troll job. Like, what a load of shit. That was genuine honesty from their perspective after the competition is over. And it made complete sense to me. I don't think they were blaming the media for anything like that, but they're just showcasing, man, it's tough in that market. And it is. I've been in the market. I understand what that feels like. Was I a superstar player who had all the pressure of the world on me? No, but I was in the room. I understood it day to day, and that feeling of weight on your shoulders all the time because you're playing in that massive market. I guess I didn't get a chance to talk about it after it happened, but that kind of pissed me off that they were just genuinely talking about how difficult it is. And people just completely poo-pooed that as blaming the media. There's no one to blame for it. It's just the fact, it's just the circumstances that exists. And why do you think all these players come here and can't perform? Why do you think all these players leave and can't perform? Why do you think they haven't won a cup since 1967? It is goddamn difficult in this market, much more so than other ones, period.
Make sure to check out more of our content right here on the Leafs Nation YouTube page. We got long form interviews, we got clips, we got epic rants by Jay Rosehill. We simply have it all. And don't forget, you can find out much more at theleafsnation.com. Thanks so much for watching.